Hey, welcome to day 12. Today, we're going to level up your English by tackling 3 expressions that are, seriously, super useful. They're going to make you sound so much more natural in your everyday chats.
So, are you ready to do this? Ready to make that jump from sounding like you're reading from a textbook to just talking? Like real fluent conversation? Because that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're just adding a few key phrases to your vocabulary toolbox. All right, let's start with level 1, the foundation. Our first one is simple, but it's an absolute essential. It's all about helping out. So, asking, "Can you help out?" It's just a fantastic, really friendly way to ask for some assistance. You might be thinking, what's the difference between that and just saying, "Help me"? Well, help out feels a little softer, right? It's more collaborative. It's not so much a direct command, which makes it perfect for pretty much any everyday situation, whether you're at work or just with friends. And on the flip side, when someone has really made a difference for you, you can say something like, "He helped out a lot." It's such a simple, warm way to let them know their contribution was a big deal. Definitely a must-have for your conversational toolkit. Okay, moving on up to level 2. Now we're going to get a little more precise with the expression for pointing it out. The phrase "point out" pretty much means exactly what it sounds like, right? It means to show or explain something really specific. It's all about drawing someone's attention to a particular little detail that, maybe they just didn't see. And this is such a practical phrase. I mean, saying she pointed out the mistake is way more active and clear than just saying there's a mistake. It actually implies you're showing exactly where that mistake is and you're helping to fix it. And here's a little trick to make it sound even more conversational. Instead of repeating the noun every time, like the mistake or the problem, you can just swap in a pronoun. You just say, "He pointed it out." See? It's quick, it's efficient, and it sounds so much more natural. All right, you ready for level 3? This is where it gets fun. We're diving into the world of metaphors with the classic idiom, back to square one. So the basic meaning is super simple. It just means to start again. But it's the feeling and the story behind this idiom that make it so powerful and honestly, so common in everyday conversation. When someone says, "Ugh, we're back to square one," you can almost hear the sigh of frustration in their voice. It means all that progress you thought you were making, it's gone, wiped out, and you have to start completely over. So where does this whole idea even come from? Just picture a classic board game, okay? You've got this great plan, you're moving towards the finish line, and then bam, a problem. You land on the wrong space. And just like that, your whole plan fails, and the game sends you all the way back to the beginning. You have to start all over again. That is being back to square one. Let's do a quick comparison. You could say, they started from 0 again. That's the literal meaning. But saying they're back to square one, it's just so much more evocative, isn't it? It really carries that emotional weight of all that lost progress and, that total frustration. Okay, time for the final challenge. Let's put all of this together. We're going to see how these 3 expressions can flow supernaturally in a real, actual conversation. So let's imagine your friend is working on something big, something important. They might kick things off with our level 1 phrase. "Hey, can you help out with my project?" And you, of course, being a great friend, you jump in with our level 2 phrase. You say, "Of course. First, let me point out a typo right here." You're being specific, you're being direct, and you're providing really useful help. But then, your friend looks at that little typo you found and has this awful realization. Oh no, the typo isn't minor at all. It changes everything. And they just cry out, "Oh no, that one mistake means I'm back to square one." And there you have it, your brand new English toolkit. You've got help out for when you need general assistance, you've got point out for showing or explaining something specific, and you've got back to square one for that classic frustrating moment when you had to start all over again. And that's a wrap for today. It just goes to show how a few key phrases can totally change the way you communicate, right? So my final question for you is this. How are you going to use these expressions this week? Go on, give them a try. Thanks so much for joining me.